Gucci, YouTube. It's Pap Brady, you dig? Marvelous Bluntz, super in the building, you dig what I'm saying? Y'all see me rocking the Honorable Instinct. Y'all know we here today. If you haven't already, man, subscribe, share Marvelous Bluntz content. We super going up, man. And we appreciate all the love we've been getting, you dig what I'm saying? So tap into Marvelous Bluntz ASAP Rocky, man. We going up, you dig? So I am here for a new episode of The Last of Us. Is episode 7, HBO Max, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm tired of this show. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with y'all. This was the worst episode of the whole season for sure. All these flashbacks and all that stuff like that. I know there was like this episode was a DLC. This wasn't even a real part of the game. This is a DLC, something added on to the game that they made an episode about. And I know exactly why, but I'm gonna get to that. So, you know, Joel, he got stabbed, you know what I'm saying? Ellie, now she got him in the house or whatever since the last episode. She trying to help him, but you know, he hit a Mandalorian, he's about to die. And he like, man, go. She like, no, I'm gonna stay. Episode begins. I'm thinking, all right, we gonna go right into that. Man, we go to a flashback. Ellie in high school with the QZ. She was trained to be the QZ, and her roommate slash best friend Riley, the girl who actually played on Missing, that was like her protector. You feel what I'm saying? Back in the day, just like Joel. And you know, she ended up getting into it with a girl and getting in trouble. And basically, you know, the person who runs her little whole thing was like, you know, you can either take 2 lanes. You can either, you know, have a crappy life or take a good life. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, Ellie thought that over. You did. And boom. That night, after she gets in trouble, Riley comes back, breaks into the room again, because apparently Riley snuck off or went away. She comes back, and she basically let her know, like, hey, I ran away because I'm a firefly. Riley's officially a firefly. And Ellie was not feeling it at all. She was like, dog, I do not rock with that. But, you know, she was like, I still rock with Riley. So Riley comes through, is like, hey, I want to take you somewhere, you know what I'm saying, somewhere special, you know what I'm saying? And Ellie already wasn't really feeling it because, you know, she had to be to class the next morning, but she was like, all right, bet I'll go. And they had like this little scene where Ellie's like, turn around when she's changing her clothes. Like, one thing I'm really not feeling is and I'm going to see how I word this, because I'm not judgmental. You can love who you love, whatever, but bruh, this shouldn't be a side story from what we're doing in the main. We already had a Bill and Frank, LBQ2, whatever love story. Like, bruh, now y'all got little girls, teenagers, with this like lesbian relationship. I'm like, bro, what are we going to focus on the plot of the show, or are we going to try to focus on pushing the agenda? And clearly the director, whoever wrote this, is pushing a super agenda for sure. You dig what I'm saying? And I know this Ellie and Riley's part was a part of the game, them being gay. But bruh, when we're like, that was a DLC, which means the DLC means it was added on, which means it has no relevance to the actual main story. It's just something extra you can do. Why are we getting this backstory of Ellie and Riley? So they sneak off, just a bunch of depositions, just a bunch of talking, a bunch of walking. I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm going on a date, and I don't want to go on a date with my TV shows. I want to see clickers. I want to see story. I want to see Joel and Ellie. I do not care about anything extra, these side characters. I'm tired of this, man. We're on the 7th episode. Why are we making an episode about DLC? Come on now. So they end up going to a little spot. They head to the mall. You know, Ellie had never been to the mall, so that was like the surprise Riley had for her. You dig what I'm saying? They on their way to the mall, they see a dude with a bottle that has throw up on his mouth, clearly OD'd on pills, and they put the bottle on their mouth and drink it. Like, I can't do the apocalypse if we gonna be doing dirty stuff like that. I would have waterfall something. That man is dead. Why would you? Dog. So they go through the mall, they do different things. They get on the escalator, they get on the merry-go-round, they dance with masks, they having a date, basically. You feel what I'm saying? And everything is going well. For the most part, everything is going well. You feel what I'm saying? Like Ellie's having a good time there in the photo booth. They get kind of touchy, and Ellie like has a crush on Riley, so she's not trying to like, they have a crush on each other, but they're not trying to explore that or whatever, which we shouldn't be exploring teenage lesbian love affairs. We're grown. Everybody that watches The Last of Us is probably grown. This is for mature rating. Why are we saying this? But you got people pushing it, looking in the comments, this episode was so sad. They keep making, man, this episode was weak as fuck. Stop playing. This was a weak episode. So, boom. While they're in the mall, you feel what I'm saying? They go into the cut to go get these little nachos, and Ellie notices there's bombs everywhere. Now, notice, I told you, Riley's a firefly, and basically, from what we see, she's the firefly's like, not flunky, but like, she's like a beginner firefly where they got you just doing random stuff, like to crash out just to see if you're gonna probably make it that long. So they got her crashing out about to bomb the mall and all that. And that's when Ellie realizes like, oh, this wasn't a date. You just on patrol for here. And she got mad, and Riley basically was like, I want you to come with me to be a firefly because I'm about to go to Georgia and leave. She's gonna go to leave. So she really wanted Ellie to join her. So really this night was for her to go and leave. Once again, DLC material. We don't care. Like, dog, tell us what happened to Joel. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we don't care about their little side love story. So Ellie, upset naturally. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she naturally should be very, very upset. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just hit me with the okie doke for here. Like, we could have just kept it real. So Ellie leaves, but then she decides to come back. But while this is happening, it's like an alias clicker that hears them in the arcade. They're playing video games, all that stuff. So he hears her in the arcade type stuff. So now she comes back there in a little Halloween joint. They're dancing, they're having a moment, and they finally make them kiss, which I did not want to see. Even though they're grown women, I don't want to see no depiction of teenagers, lesbians kissing. That's not what I want to see. So they end up kissing, having a moment. The clicker comes in. And when I say the clicker ruined the party, they both get attacked, and this is where Ellie gets her first bite. And unfortunately, Riley got bit, but you see what happened. You feel what I'm saying? Like, obviously, Riley didn't make it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't immune like Ellie. And at the end of the episode, I'm just like, bro, we just wasted probably like 45 minutes on a deposition of a date. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't care about that stuff. Make good television. Stop trying to be all this fake deep. Stop trying to push agendas. Stop trying to be woke, and just make a good Last of Us episode. Why are we being pulled constantly from the main characters to look at these other side characters? And that's fine. Yes, you need that other characters, but bruh, stick them to the Last of Us universe. Don't add DLCs. We don't care. Bruh, they did that for agenda, and it showed. This was the worst episode. It was boring. It had no entertaining factors to it. It was two little girls on a date. Nobody who is an adult wants to see that except weirdos. You dig what I'm saying? And women. And it's no offense. That's why I say it's no offense. You love who you love, but I don't love that, and I did not love this episode. The worst episode, waste of an episode. I don't know what they're going to do for the last two episodes. At this point, this episode got me to where I'm just like, bro, I'm done. Like, I'm ready to be done. We barely see any clickers. We see no type of like actual zombie interaction. It's all talking with people, bro. If y'all base something on a game, you have to have things and elements from the game, bro. It's that simple, bro. And it's not enough clickers. So with that being said, this episode sucked. I definitely would give it a 5. Bro, I'm not even giving it a 5. It was a 4 out of 10. Waste of a episode. It only got a 4 because I actually spent time. I give stuff a 4 off bus just because I watched it. Other than that, it was trash. It was nothing important. Only thing important was, okay, we learned how Ellie got bit. Cool, bro. Not important, bruh. Not important because that wasn't important in the game until The Last of Us Part 2 DLC. So it's not important to be shown to us, bruh. And that's just my opinion. What did y'all think of episode 7, Last of Us? I really did not like this episode. I would actually put Rant on this episode to let y'all know this was a trash episode. Stop wasting time. PlayStation, Naughty Dog. Y'all made a great game. Y'all are making a mid-show right now. Dig. And I'm going to just say it. I'm going to speak on it. But what y'all think of the last bit? Like I said, leave a comment below. And if you haven't already, man, subscribe, comment, share Marvelous Blunt ASAP Rocky, Bluntz ASAP Rocky. Check out all our content, man. And I'm just going to keep it blunt, and I'm going to just keep it 100. Always. You did.